Welcome to the 2021-00 release. Despite a challenging year, we saw a number of improvements that simplified and increased your loading speed. And 2021-00 is starting off with the same momentum. The Import IFC tool now gives you the ability to select which model you would like to attach the incoming IFC to. Let me set this up for you. It's not uncommon to have two buildings on a site, or a portion of the building done by one detailing firm and another portion from another firm, maybe even using two different softwares. The fabricator may want, for example, to ship large columns from each model on the same trailer. Load planning already has this ability to add multiple models, but you are not able to choose which model to attach the importing model to. This feature has now been added. I have already imported my first and second structure, with the second structure, building B, offset 300 feet to the right. Now I will use the IFC import to add a new portion of the model to the existing building B on the right. Let's verify that the check is removed from the relocate prompt, since I do not want to offset this import. Now I will use the new feature selecting Building B. With these checkboxes, you can activate both options or either options. We now see the new portion of the building attached to Building B on the right. We had some property issues that are now fixed in this release. On this Tekla model, we were not getting the weights for the loadables. But now, in 2021-00, you can see that this has been fixed. In this Tekla model, the user properties in the IFC file were not appearing on certain loadables. This too has been fixed. To finish with IFC for the moment, there was also an issue with the load planning IFC unique identifier not being used for the exported IFC. This has been resolved as well. The length of loadables is now the longest overall length of the loadable in its entirety. Bundles now have an option to automatically resize, which can be turned on and off on the fly. When I added a loadable to the bundle, the length, width, height, and bottom dunnage will be resized to fit the loadables. Note that there is a 1 1/4 inch of extra space provided around the loadable. Dunnage above the first layer will not be resized when moving loadables. One issue we had in metric projects was the weight value for the bundle was displayed as pounds and not kilograms. This has been resolved. The grid spacing on the dunnage can now have the value set for bundles and trailers. This can be useful to help locate loadables or even help to quickly determine lengths, as you see here, by setting the value to 5 foot. You will not be able to resize the bottom dunnage unless you turn off the resize option in the Show Bundles parameters. Once you turn on the resize again, the bottom dunnage will be adjusted to the extents. The Reorient Loadable tool is a quick way to set the resting plane by selecting 3 points. The Repeat Resting orientation allows you to quickly repeat the previous created rotation's resting plane. Lacing has had a name and icon change to better describe the tool's functionality. So, lacing off is now lock height. That is the locked icon with the red arrow, which will maintain the height of the loadable. And lacing on is unlock height. It has the open lock and a green arrow. And this allows you to move a loadable up onto another loadable, the deck, or a dunnage layer. Let me demonstrate the lock on. And now demonstrate the lock off. The shortcut key still remains as L. Tooltips and properties can now be seen and used to create filters on completed and shipped trailers. Now we get into a frequently requested tool called Groups. This tool will allow you to create groups of loadables. In some cases, individual fabricated loadables will be assembled before being placed on the trailers or in bundles. You can now create these groups of loadables. Once grouped, they will act as a loadable with all the capabilities like rolling, rotating, adjusting, etc. Let's go ahead and turn on this filter to isolate this area. Now I will create a group from these loadables and name it Frame 1. Let's add a loadable to the group. I created a group earlier and named it Frame 2. Let's group these two groups into one. You can either select a name from the list or create a new name for the group. I will finish with the ungroup to set them all back to individual loadables. Using undo, I will bring my group back. Properties that are attached to the constituent loadables will be brought up to the group, so you can filter on them. Any different properties in a group will be indicated as mixed. Let's go ahead and stage this group, and then we'll load it onto a trailer. I will perform some options to demonstrate that this acts just like any other loadable. You can find the group on the trailer or find the group by searching for any constituent loadable within the group. Groups can have their own bill of lading to know the parts in the group, or a load map to see what the group looks like. Concerning load maps, they have been drastically sped up by 80%. One map that took 35 minutes was reduced to 7 minutes. Load maps on drop deck trailers will now have the isometric view fit properly. A bundle column has been added to the bill of lading to help identify which loadable is located in which bundle. The IFC model export will have the same ability to search for a group or one of its constituents to allow the erector to see what they are going to receive on the site. Here is an IFC model export from SDS2 Load Planning shown in Trimble Connect. This video went a bit longer than usual, but there was just so much added to the release. We are excited to continue to provide you with the quality features enhancing your loading experience. Enjoy 2021-00 release. Thank you.